Let's have a wee bit of a laugh at some femcels, women who can't get laid. They exist? That's insane. Let's Google the definition. Let's droogle it. Excuse the sneezing. What is a femcel? A woman who can't get a relationship. Hold on a second. Incel definition. Gets no bitches. Okay, clearly Urban Dictionary is not the most consistent, valid means of deriving a definition for things. But I mean, come on, the definition for the types of words that you'd find on Urban Dictionary tend to be, let's just say, what else can you expect? Alrighty, so I got a couple videos for us, and we're just gonna have a laugh at some women who are lonely, because that is hilarious. It's like, dude, for women in general, the bar is much, much lower. I'm referring to the Western world. This is my experience. I'm an American. I'm a disgusting, ethnocentric, obese American, right? So that's all I know. All I know is fast foods and traffic fatalities and shootings, all right? From where I'm coming from, the average Western woman, it is so much easier for them to get something like that. Now, a relationship and getting laid, those are two different things, but men have the extra hurdle of not even being able to acquire the outlet of intimacy. A lot of women, you know, everyone has to deal with relationship turmoil. That's just a thing for humans in general, but men have it considerably more difficult because they're denied even just intimacy. Women can easily get laid, even if it doesn't amount to a relationship, right? That's still something. A lot of men aren't even given that initial chance, and that's because of women. They choose poorly a lot of times, and they disregard the dudes who make an attempt to try to treat them with respect and go after men who are able to curate their emotions. It's a game. That's why players, pimps, assholes, narcissists, sociopaths, those guys are really good at getting, because they don't care, and women like it when you don't care, because it makes them feel weird, crazy shit in their giblies. Alrighty. Let's see what's going on. This first video, some lady who's crying, and we're gonna have a bit of a laugh.
What kind of world do we live in where a normal, regular girl cannot find just a regular guy out here to date? Because these guys don't want a real woman. They want a fantasy. They want to live in this fake fantasy world. They would rather jack off to some screen, to some robot, rather than actually deal with a real human being and what comes with that. You know why? Because it's easier. And I am done. I'm done.
That's hilarious. Look at her shirt. Cope. You can tell she's been damaged. All the stuff you're saying is a lot of what a lot of men tend to be saying. A lot of women live in a fantasy world. They, what was some of the shit you were saying? I mean, you said a few things. They don't want a real woman. It's like, no, they want a woman, any woman that's willing to give them time of the day, especially when you're getting disregarded most of your life. You don't have that. And by average man, she means a man who's better than her, right? There's a bunch of average dudes out there that she's not even willing to give time of the day. It's just the men that she wants don't want to give her time of the day. And now here she is crying and complaining as if, like, it's hard for her, when in all reality, all she has to do is, I mean, she looks average, she looks okay. Take out your phone, bleep, bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh shit, 20 guys lined up. Now I can try to acquire a relationship. You're still gonna have to deal with bullshit, that's inevitable to everyone, but you're a woman. So all you have to do is bleep, bloop, bloop. Oh, now I can like run through the derby. Now I can give it a shot instead of just fucking complaining on TikTok like a goddamn idiot. Which, it's funny, I mean, it gives you some sort of glimpse into the psyche of a lot of women like this. It's very funny to watch because they just broadcast it on the goddamn internet. Not to say that I'm not the case, it's just I'm not as frequent, let's just say. I mean, you could argue that me sharing my opinion is a glimpse into my own psyche, and there are videos where I share my own personal experiences and all those types of things. But I don't sound so defeatist when I'm talking about this type of stuff. I've had considerably worse experiences than her. I guarantee it. She's probably had options. She's probably been able to go out there and do all sorts of stuff. It's just like through her own failing, through her own inability to traverse the environment, an environment that is catered towards her as a woman in the West. She, like, it's pathetic. It's laughable when she's crying about it. Like, honestly, the bar is all the way down here for people like this, and they still can't do it. Really? Most of the dudes just want to jack off to a screen? There's a lot of dudes who'd be willing to just kill to get in a position where they'd be able to interact with somebody like this, even just to interact. A lot of women don't even respond because it's incumbent upon the men to reach out, and women are in the position where they could just, I don't like that. Nah, I don't like that one. I like this one though, but he doesn't like me. That makes me like him more. And you expect like sympathy? No, you're stupid. I don't know. Maybe like improve yourself, put yourself out there, stop expecting men to do everything for you, and you'll be surprised. If you approach a dude, they're way more receptive. They're way more respectable when you depending on the types of dudes. If you're approaching dudes who have options, they're probably going to treat you like garbage when you try to approach them. But lots of dudes don't have that, and they're going to be nice and courteous in rejecting you, even if they don't want it. Which a lot of dudes, you'd be surprised, would go for it, even if it doesn't amount to anything. They'd still like crave the intimacy, some degree of it. So, quit complaining. Shut your mouth and get a new shirt. You're just par for the course, dude. All right, next video.
Everybody's falling in love and I'm falling behind.
All right, let's read this. No one talks about how not having a boyfriend your whole entire life and never having been on a real date affects you. I don't believe that anyone can love the real me. I get attached to these because as soon as I find someone who likes me, I don't want to let go because I don't think that anyone else will like me like they did. I get scared to go on dates because I think that if it goes badly, it feels like the end of the world. I've never had that one person who I had my firsts with and feel so comfortable with. I have never trusted, never loved, never been loved. Okay, let's go down the list. Goddamn, there's a lot of shit here. No one talks about how not having a boyfriend your whole entire life and never having been on a real date affects you. No one ever talks about that. That's like the baseline for a lot of dudes. Here's a statistic on how many men have not had a relationship or been intimate with somebody. Wow, that's a lot of dudes. And nobody wants to talk about it when it comes to dudes because that's sort of just blamed on them. Oh, you can't get it? You must be an incel. On the flip side, we got femcels here, which that's more laughable than an incel. Incel's kind of understandable because a lot of women, they make it really difficult to interact with them. Because when you get shit like this, especially as a girl, look at her. Look at she looks so normal. Again, open up a dating app, go to a bar, put yourself out there, improve yourself instead of just expecting things to line up. Now, I understand from your perspective as a girl, you've gotten used to that. That's been conditioned into you by your environment, so you're kind of just passive and you expect stuff from other people. But like, you kind of have to like push against that if you want anything to like play in your favor. Your whole entire life never having a real date. What does that mean, real date? Does that mean you've been on dates? I would like to know why you word it that way. A lot of dudes can't even get a date. But it nevertheless a freaking real date. What does that even mean? I don't believe that anyone can love the real me. That's standard for a lot of dudes. And it's kind of the case for, yeah, I mean, dudes, both ways, men and women, humans are objects to each other. Relationships are not about love or romance. It's about fulfilling a role. It's making somebody feel a certain way about you. It has nothing to do with substance, nothing to do with depth, nothing to do with connection. It can be, but that's not what human biology tends to make humans prioritize. It's not about that. So, yes, no, you can't really be loved for the real you. You're a thing. You serve a purpose. It's about what you are to others, not who you are. Because you will use what you are to them to manifest the who you are. It's disgusting, I know, but the bar is lower for women like this, so don't ever feel sympathy for them. I get attached to easy because as soon as I find someone who likes me, I don't want to let go because I don't think anyone else will like me the way they did. So you have been on dates. You have found dudes who like you. What happened to that? You got attached and then they pushed them away? So at least you had options. At least you had chances. A lot of dudes don't even get a chance. Man, I'd love it if she were like to spend like her life as a dude. And then this type of shit, her position that she's in right now would be seen as an immense privilege. I get scared to go on dates because I think that if it goes badly, it feels like the end of the world. That's normal. That's a human thing. Only thing is you have options for dates. Dudes have to put in so much more effort just to get to the same level that you're on, of which you don't have to put any effort to start off on that baseline. Dudes start down here, you start up here, and then dudes have to work their way up to here just to get screwed the same way you get screwed. So no sympathy, shut your mouth. I've never had that one person who I had my first with and feel so comfortable with. Okay, so you're still a virgin? Okay, that's more of an appealing factor to a lot of dudes, maybe not your age, but hey, keep trying. Instead of whining on TikTok, you freaking idiot. I have never trusted, never loved, never been loved. Cool, now you know what it's like to be a dude. And it's gonna get worse as you get older, so you better do something about it. So, no sympathy for you. Also, I'm gonna mute the music because that was freaking copyright. All right, let's see what this lady has to say.
A lot of you have pointed this out, and the truth is, you're right. I've just been alone for so long that I just kind of accepted that that's the way it would always be. And I just tried to be happy alone, even though a lot of the time I'm not.
All right. You don't look happy for someone who's unmarried and independent. Is that the standard for people who are unmarried and independent? I mean, it really depends on your priorities in life. Some dudes could be happy. You're more likely to find an unmarried independent dude who's happier than an unmarried independent woman. Now, I don't know if that's because of statistics or biology or anything, but that's just what I've seen with my personal experiences, with the stuff that I've looked up online, the videos I've watched, stuff that people have to say about their life. I mean, you take this lady, for example, which, again, no sympathy. You look a little bit older, which sometimes that's an issue depending on the dude that you're interacting with, but like lose some weight, turn on a dating app. You don't even have to lose weight. If you open up a dating app, you're going to have options. And then that will require trials. You have to put in effort, guy or girl. It's just guys have to put in more effort when it comes to performance. But like maybe you should try that. Open up a dating app for me. I think I'm a slightly above average looking dude. Still incredibly, I don't even get like barely any matches. Even the few matches I get, they don't respond. Now granted, that could be the time and place I'm in. I'm in a crappy, like countryside-esque shitty farm town. So that contributes to that. But take another girl who is possesses a fraction of my qualities, both in terms of on the inside and the outside and the physical. But they have dozens and dozens of men reaching out to them. And their biggest problem is, oh, I don't know how to start a conversation. Oh my God, that must be so hard to have all these options reaching out to you and you just don't know how to use words to interact. Oh man, I feel so bad for you, queen. You're a queen, yes. Shut up, dude. Honestly, it's a joke. Try harder. Then come back to me. If you improve yourself, you do more, and actually make yourself like a viable prospect, then it's like, okay, I can have a little bit more sympathy for you. But no, it doesn't even look like you're trying if you're here complaining on TikTok about it. Jesus Christ, dude. All right, next video.
So my question right now, as I'm looking hot as fuck, is why are there no girls kissing me? I mean, I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a girl kissing me right now. Like, where is she?
Well, I imagine your entitlement makes you kind of gross, which yes, you got, what a body, Jesus. But it's like, it's funny, her attitude. Why isn't this person doing this thing for me? It's like, so you want women to do it? Maybe you should approach. Now, good luck, because domestic violence rates when it comes to lesbian relationships are alarming. They're akin to like police officers and they're being violent towards their families. The statistics are very similar. So good luck with that. But it's just funny, her attitude. Why isn't this person doing this thing for me? Why isn't this, that, you, me? You do stuff to benefit me. Why don't you put yourself out there? Why don't you put yourself in the shoes of a dude and put some effort in? I mean, you clearly, damn. You clearly don't, you're in a position where you don't have to put much in, like Jesus. But like, it's just the attitude that comes along with that. And I can't even make the argument that the attitude is a detriment to her overall appeal. People don't care. You can be a piece of shit, you can be garbage. If you can curate people's emotions, you're good. You're golden. People will give you time of the day. Humans are usually not better than that. But it's like, she's not a femcel. But if we're looking at the Urban Dictionary definition, it can't get in a relationship, oh yeah, then probably yes. Especially with an attitude like that, my goodness. And you're not even looking for dudes. I think, isn't it just for gay men and gay women? It's easier for them to acquire an outlet. That's why I say it's like, you won the lottery if you're bisexual. You have more options, especially if you're sexually attracted to men. Oh man, so much fucking easier. If you have men coming after you and you're actually like attracted to them, like you still have to deal with bullshit, but you have a way more accessible acquisition for said outlet of intimacy. It is so much easier for you to get it. Dude, I opened up Grindr just to look for trans women. In like a couple days, dozens of men reaching out, and they were forward, like a few dick pics back to back. Like, I'm not even into that type of thing, but I was kind of, it pissed me off because I was just like, why is it this difficult? Why is it so difficult for me to even just get just any type of degree of interaction from a woman? Even trans women, they're exactly the same, unfortunately, which sucks. But like, it's a joke, dude. The bar is so goddamn low for people like this, so never shred sympathy. But Jesus Christ, that freaking body. And you're still having problems? Get the hell out of here. Alrighty, next video.
What happened to me today at work is literally my 13th reason. Like, how the fuck can I be so stupid? And I'm never gonna see him ever again, and I'm gonna be thinking about this person for rest of my life. Rest of my life, I'm gonna be thinking about him forever. He was so hot and so cute and so tall, and he was literally perfect. He was perfect. So I was at work, and I only see old people and moms. You know what I mean? I don't mentally prepare myself to flirt unless it's with old people for tips. Like, I don't prepare myself for any of that. But let me set the scene. Let me set the scene so you guys understand how embarrassing this whole situation is. I was taking pictures of food, and the table was here, and then the door to come in is right there. When I'm taking pictures of food, I get really into it. You know what I mean? I get all the good angles. I get all the angles. And then these guys walk in, and they're fucking 6'3", and as I'm taking pictures, they walk in and they come right beside me, and then I look up and I'm like, speechless. I was stunned. I was like, these are the most attractive people I've ever seen in my entire life in this fucking town. This is fucking too much for me. And he goes, hi, and I didn't even say anything. And when he said hi, I turned away, and then I looked back. Oh my god, my phone's about to shut off. Anyway, so I was at the bakery counter, and I was like, what can I get for you? What can I get for you? Like, why the fuck did I do that? Why did I do that? Literally, why the fuck like, I don't even know. And then I'm pretty sure I fucked up, what can I get for you? How the fuck do you fuck up those words? Somehow I managed to. Somehow I did it, and he kept smiling at me, he kept looking at me, and his friend beside him was also really hot, and he kept looking at me, and he kept smiling at me, and I was like, stop looking at me! You making eye contact with me isn't making this any easier for me. And then they asked for 6 butter tarts. I don't even think I gave him 6 butter tarts. I think I gave him like 8 or something. I gave him a completely different number than what they asked for, but it was definitely more than what they asked for because I was nervous, and I can't do numbers when I'm intimidated, and I was so intimidated by them. Oh my god, they were so cute, they were so hot, and I ran over to the fucking cash register to check them out, and I'm pretty sure I said the wrong total. And I think he tried to ask me a question, and I couldn't even look at him. I couldn't do it. And every time he looked at me, my face was this. I looked terrified. I looked scared. But I wasn't scared. I was a little scared. But as soon as I heard the little ding of his card, ding, I go, have a good one. And he just smiled at me. And I was like, why are you smiling at me? And I didn't even ask for their names. I didn't ask where they're from. I didn't even try to finish the fucking conversation. He tried to start with me. I couldn't do it. And I'm never going to see him ever again, and I'm so embarrassed. And they're never going to come back because they're going to be like, that one chick who works there is so fucking weird. And this is why I don't flirt with, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Oh, there's a lot with that. That was a whole horse load. You're annoying, first one. You seem very manic, another one. Your standards, he was tall, cute, and hot. Shut your goddamn face, honestly. Oh, my biology makes me feel very intense emotions towards these guys. Yet even still, there was an interaction, they started with me, and I fumbled it. And there's no expectation on me to have to fumble it. You're sad you missed the opportunity to ask them for a number? Okay, cool, learn from it. Try harder next time. And maybe, I don't know, don't set your standards like that, really, because they were tall and attractive. Like, honestly, you're just shallow, superficial, like entitled. Really, oh, I can't flirt. I can't do these things. I can't. Yeah, you can. You just are unwilling to go through the trials to get yourself to the point where you're good enough to be able to do it, where you're skilled enough, because it's a skill. Being able to get in relationships, being able to hook up with people, like, it requires socializing. It's something that can be taken advantage of. That's why, like, manipulators, abusers, those types of guys perform very well. Because it's like they don't give a shit and they have a goal and it works because women like this, I bet you she'd be very easy to manipulate, to just pull through the ringer and then to use her up and then discard her in the friggin' scrapyard. Very easy. But yeah, there's a lot of information there. And you flirt with old people to get them to give you more money? God, you're a parasite. How about just do good service? How's that? I know, crazy concept. Yeah. People like this, they're just annoying, and I'm glad to see that she's failing when it comes to stuff that she wants. Because it's like, screw you. There are so many better people out there who actually are worthy of stuff like that, who aren't like this. So That's annoying. She was annoying. Anything else that you said about that stuff? Fact of the matter is, if you're a guy or a girl, maybe you should try. And this is 2 women. You should try harder. At least try. I know that's super scary concept, right? Putting in effort and improving yourself, but like, maybe you should, I don't know, put yourself out there a little bit more, improve yourself as a person, maybe try to fix the things about yourself that you don't like, maybe try to like stabilize your standards, because you've probably inherited a bunch of garbage, backwards nonsense that you think is okay. Really? You thought these guys were super cute and tall, and that's the only reason why you really like them? It's not about who you are, guys. It's not about substance, it's not about connection, not about depth. It's not about any of that thing. You're a prop. You're a thing that makes another person feel something. That's it. Has nothing to do with who you are. It sucks, but people like this is a perfect case study, because it's like she's being genuine. She's being honest about where she's coming from. And where she's coming from is stupid. It's dumb. Not worthy of any respect. So, yeah, at least put in some effort. That's what I say to women like this. And to dudes, it's like, focus on yourself. Even if you do put in effort, it's usually not going to be good enough, especially for women like this. For a lot of women, they're just going to keep siphoning value from them so they can prop themselves up at your expense. So you just need to focus on yourself. And if this is something that you do want to dabble in, just know that you can come across shit like this, and it's going to be difficult. You're going to run into issues. That's the case universally for everyone. But for men, you're going to have considerably more issues when it comes to this facet of life. Just because that's just the way things are in this time and place. I'm speaking as an American. These are my personal experiences. You can try so much, and it still won't be good enough as a dude for a lot of women, because it's just mindless biology. It's just stupid, superficial garbage. Can't expect anything better. So, yeah.
I hate being autistic.